Thank you. This time here, I'm going to call the Coventry Zoning Board of Review to order. We have fire exits to your rear, the two exits to my rear take you into the building. So two fire exits are to your rear. We do have minutes of the meeting from January 3rd. I don't know if the board's been able to take a look at that and approve that. Do I have a motion from the board to approve, or do you want a correction on the January 3rd? I think the solicitor looked at it and he was able to write up the decisions. Am I correct? I'm going back to January 3rd, 2024. So are you okay with everything on that?
Yeah, because, what I did is there were staff reports, there was an application where they stated what they were looking for.
Yep.
I'm sorry. You're talking about the DiMuccio one, so what I couldn't discern from the minutes, I took from the application, from the video, but I kind of relied on the application. That's why I indicated the application provides that, and you incorporate all that as part of your decision.
Okay.
So I kind of, that's why if you notice, if someone
You
testified,
approved the minutes of the meeting for January 3rd.
oh, I'm sorry, I misunderstood your
approve
question.
it
Yes, I
enough
do. I
for you
approve.
to
We can live with them.
make a decision.
Yes.
Okay, now how about the rest of the board? You approve I need a motion on the floor to approve.
I make a motion, we approve.
Okay,
I'll second.
motion's made, Russ made it and Ron seconded it. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Nays, ayes have it. Okay, now, that is January 3rd. Now, the February 7th, our last one, also have the minutes of that. Now, as the solicitor been able to take a look at that?
No, that's today's.
February 7th meeting.
No, I'm sorry. January 3rd.
Yes, I did.
All right. Actually, the other ones was from December 6th, 2023. So January 3rd, okay, so do I have a motion on the floor to, no? Today's January, okay, I'm getting mixed up. January 3rd, okay. Yeah, do I have a motion on the floor to approve the minutes of January 3rd?
I'll make a motion, we approve the minutes of January 3rd. Second.
Second it. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Nays, ayes have it. Okay, so that takes care of minutes of the meeting from both months. And this time here, I'd like to have the secretary please do a roll call.
Lynn Doig,
Present.
Bob Crow,
Yeah,
Ron Pelletier.
Yeah.
Ross Pelletier.
Yeah.
Solicitor,
Yeah.
okay. Let the record reflect that we have on board the solicitor and the town planner. And we have 4 members sitting, so we do have a quorum. Am I correct?
Yes.
Okay.
You only need
So,
a,
this
Aye.
time here, I'd like to do a ratification of the decisions. The first one is Stephen and Amy DiMuccio. Assessors plot map 310, lot 176, 300 Perry Hill Road. Zoned RR5. Applicant is seeking a special use permit constructing 24 by 36 by 18.2 height detachable garage in front of the existing home. That application was approved at that meeting. Do I have a motion to ratify, Ross?
I make a motion to ratify. Second.
Ron? Okay. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Ayes have it. Okay, next application was Carolyn Surrey. Assessors plot map 318, lot 192.1. 282 to 284 Phillips Hill Road, zoned RR2. Applicant is seeking a special use permit to remove and reconstruct the home for the current setback located at 282 Phillips Hill Road. Okay, do I have a motion to ratify this decision?
I make a motion to ratify it.
Okay.
Second.
Ross made the motion, seconded by Ron. All members in favor say aye.
Aye.
Nays? Ayes have it. Okay. Okay, so now we're on to okay, if anybody's here for the
we still have
old
to-
business on Hopkins Hill Road, Joseph Zabit. Oh, okay, VC. Oh, I'm sorry. Correct them. We have two more to ratify. Applicant of BC Ventures LLC, applicant Perry LaPointe, assessors plot map 311 lot 61, 0 Hockney Hill Road, zoned R5. Applicant is seeking a special use permit to construct a single-family residence on a pre-existing non-conforming lot.
Make a
do I-
motion to ratify.
Okay, I have a motion on the floor to ratify. Do I
Second.
second it, Ron second it, okay. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, nays, ayes have it. All right. Next one, owner applicant Kevin Cod, assessors plot map 324, lot 104. 266 Mile Road, zoned R3. Applicant seeking a special use permit to legalize the existing 20 by 40 by 20 garage located in the front yard. That's the one I was thinking.
Same here.
Dimensional variance sought, the height of 20 feet where 19 is allowed. Okay, do I have a motion on the floor to ratify this decision?
I make a motion to ratify.
Okay,
Second.
Ross made the motion. Ron seconded. All those in favor say aye. Nays, ayes have it. Okay. Next, going on, continuing on the old business, Joseph Zabit. Application is assesses plot map 21, lot 101, 270 Hopkins Hill Road. That's gonna be held over, I understand. Am I
That's correct. Thomas Cronin.
Yep.
1070 Main Street, Coventry, Rhode Island, for the owner and applicant Joseph Sabata. We respectfully request our board continue this matter to date certain to the next meeting so that we may evaluate engaging a surveyor as the board has requested.
Okay, at the site review, the board had requested of the applicant a survey, so they knew exactly where the property line was on the back side. Doug, do you want to add to this?
I don't want to elaborate any further because at the site walk, we did indicate to those individuals there was an intent to continue. So I don't think it would be fair to get into a detailed discussion tonight, but I think it's fair to say that the applicant is continuing in response to some of the discussions that occurred at that site walk. So with that, I think we should keep it clean and simple because there are people that were basically told we're going to continue and there won't be a detailed discussion here tonight.
Okay, I agree.
And just for the record, the next regular meeting to confirm would be March 6th of the zoning board.
But they might not be able to get ready for that.
I think that they'll be able to present to us at March 6th what their plans are and what their intent is moving forward.
Okay.
That-
Mr.
That's
Cronin,
fair, yeah.
That
I
okay
mean-
with you?
Yes, well, I'll have some information about how long a survey would take to complete, as well as my client's willingness to engage in a survey, given the known or I guess identified and unidentified encroachments with the condominium, and whether he wants to get involved in negotiating those encroachments. He may just choose not to engage with. Our approach had been to leave those alone. But a survey will bring a pointed stick to that conversation. So we'll have to see if we're gonna figure, if we're gonna engage in that or not.
Okay, thank you very much for your patience on this.
All right, March 6th,
March-
2024, 7 PM, at Coventry Town Hall.
All right,
See you
See
then.
you then.
Great.
okay.
And I would ask for the board just to make a motion to formalize the continuance of the matter and the hearing.
Okay,
March
we have a
6th.
motion on the floor to continue that application to March 6th or until necessary time to get a survey, or if the applicant does not wish to do a survey.
I make a motion to continue to March 6th.
Okay,
I'll second.
okay. Ross made it. Ron seconded it. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Nays? Okay, ayes have. it. All right, next application we have is, I'll have the secretary please read it into the record.
Under new business, we have owner applicant Charles Broder. Location is AP 308, lot 41, 420 Hopkins Hollow Road. Zone is RR5. Applicant is seeking a special use permit to construct a 591.38 foot solar array in the side yard.
Is the applicant here?
Yeah, I am here. Yes,
Okay, please give your full name and address.
sure. Charles Broder, 420 Hopkins Hollow Road, Green, Rhode Island.
Okay, I'm gonna have you raise your right hand. So you you wish to tell the whole truth, nothing but the truth in front of this board?
I do.
Okay.
Go ahead with your overview, please.
Thanks, Doug. Yeah, we're requesting a special use permit for a solar array. The array meets all the zoning requirements for size, height, and all the setback requirements. The issue that we have is that our lot is a non-conforming lot, so we have less than 5 acres in the 5 acre in an R5 zone.
All right, so he's here in front of us because he has a small lot, 5 acres,
Correct.
and you want to put up, but he meets all the dimensional variance to put in the solar array.
Yeah, this application has met all the setbacks. It's really just the substandard size of the lot is the only trigger for why this is in front of us tonight.
And is there anything you'd like to explain to us on the?
Not unless you have any questions. It's a ground mount, it's a residential. It's, very similar to what a lot of people have. It's just, it's the technicality of the zoning of the lot size.
And this is new. You don't have anything there right now.
There's
right?
nothing there. No. It's
Okay.
just a field.
Oh, okay.
essentially. It's a little hard to tell, but on the satellite view, you can kind of
Does
see.
the town planner have any questions on this?
No, I have no questions. This is scaled to size as if it would be a roof style, roof mounted solar. This is basically, he does not have a roof that would be suitable, or otherwise it's better to suit this on the ground. But the program is designed so that he can only offset his own energy use on the site. And so this is not an energy generating or commercial activity type of solar.
This is only for his own person.
Correct. He can only offset his own energy use of his own residential property.
And looking at this, actually what you have up there, you can't even see it from the road or from a neighbor's house or anything,
It would be
right?
possible, especially in the winter, to possibly see a little bit when you
Yeah,
drive
but
by.
it's not like,
And one neighbor would be able to see it driving into the property.
okay.
Does our solicitor have any questions on this application? I'm satisfied with it. I'm satisfied.
By that this is just a minor request.
Okay, any other board member have any questions? On the applicants here, any questions on the applicant?
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion that we approve this evening.
Well, do you want to hear any public comment before we do that?
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm gonna ask you to take a seat, sir.
Sure.
Is there anybody here that'd like to speak on this application? For or against it, or just have a question on the application? Okay, I'm gonna check to see if there's anybody online that has a question on the application. Nobody, okay. All right, so at this time here, I'd like to, again, I have a motion if the board.
Yeah, I'll make a motion that we approve this, this evening.
Motion made by Ron to approve it.
Second.
Second on it. Okay. This is a motion to approve this evening. How does the board wish to vote on this? Board member vote? Bonnie?
I approve.
Chair also approves. Russ.
Approve.
Approve.
So we're gonna have a vote on this at this time here. So we have a vote, we just voted on to approve it tonight. I need a motion on the floor for the approval of this application as presented.
Yeah, I'll make a motion that we approve the applicant Charles Brudeau, if I say it correctly, application for the solar panel.
And I would just ask for that motion to reference the staff report.
Oh, I'm
please.
sorry, yeah, and to reference, excuse me, to reference the favorable recommendation from the the planning board.
Yep, and then the findings that are made in the staff report. I think that's important. It allows David to write a decision that references those findings as well.
Okay.
So from the finding of the planning decision, you'd like to put into the reference of the approval. Okay, motion's been made.
Second.
Second, okay. Russ, seconded. All right, all of the members, Lenny, how do we vote on this application?
Approve.
I also approve that it's presented.
Approve.
Russ?
Approve.
Approved. Okay, the application is approved as presented. Thank you, sir, very much for coming in. Okay, we have the next one is,
The next one is owner applicant Angela Ramundi as the applicant. FXS Construction Inc. is the owner. Location is AP 45 Lot 51 Ken Ray Drive, Parcel B. Zone is Village Main Street Commercial. Applicant is seeking a special use permit to construct a two-family dwelling in a Village Main Street Commercial Zone.
Good evening, David Johnston, attorney, 2363 Post Road, Warwick, for the owner.
okay, you're gonna give testimony, sir?
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna ask you to raise your right. You swear to tell the whole truth, nothing but the truth in front of this board?
I do.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, members of the board, we're seeking a special use permit for a two-unit residential dwelling on Ken Ray Drive. This was a recently platted parcel. It's subject to a minor subdivision. Final plan was recorded in December. The lot contains 7,938 square feet. There's an existing three-car garage on the site that will be demolished sometime in the near future, obviously subject to prior to any construction taking place. We're proposing a two-family dwelling, which meets all the dimensional requirements of this zone. So it meets the area and the setbacks. So we're not seeking any type of variances here this evening, simply a special use permit. Proposal really is a residential proposal in a residential area. The immediate area around this
Village commercial.
the village commercial, yes, the village main commercial. Across the street is the park, the ball fields, or the bigger Little League fields are
Right
just
across the
across the
street
park.
from the building being constructed. So you're gonna be facing the park, correct?
Yes, it's facing the park, exactly. Yep, so it's facing the park. It's kind of on the first baseline of that the bigger ball field there. Where the skate park is off to the right a little bit, just one in from the corner. In this immediate area, other than that park, is all residential and an immediate walk. A little bit to the east, you've got, the Dave's and the Dunkin' Donuts Plaza. Further to the west, you have the River's Edge, which are all, there are about 19 or 20 two-family homes in that development. So we're in an area that is residential, that is, it's not Rice City. It's more dense, densely populated and densely built than a lot of other areas of town. So we feel it fits within the character of this area and that community. I'm just going to touch briefly on some of the standards for a special use permit that are germane to a residential use. There's others that are more germane to industrial or other commercial uses, but just briefly on some of the special use permit standards. First, the ingress and egress to the lot is adequate. It has 80 feet of frontage. The proposal has two driveways with one-car garages for each unit that will come in directly from Ken Ray Drive.
On the egress, and you're right on a one-way street.
That's correct. It's a one-way loop. Yep, coming around.
do realize that parking is
You should reach your
very-
destination by 7:25.
very,
Sorry,
very
thought it was me.
difficult, during the games because people park all over there.
Right.
I
Yeah.
just want to make sure that you're aware that's something we cannot change.
Yeah, so there'll be two off streets, and then the garage. So you'll have really
All
all
the two
three.
off streets are gonna be taken by people coming to the game.
Oh, I hope not. No, once there's a house there, hopefully, two off streets, not on the street, and in the lot itself, in the driveway. So each unit will have two, and then there'll be there'll be a third one for, in the one car garage. As a practical matter, if people
It's
who,
gonna be difficult.
yeah, it may be.
It's gonna be something we cannot enforce or maintain. I believe, unless it's town planner.
There's no intent to change Kenray from being a one-way to anything else. And I
That's
think
what I'm saying.
I think-
Also, the parking is very, very difficult up there.
Yep. And I think we took that into account as part of the staff review. We didn't see parking or circulation for the two-family unit to be a challenge in this dynamic, even given the one-way dynamic of the
You're
road.
gonna need 4 spaces for the two family. And plus you're gonna need, for the existing, you're gonna need 2 for the existing.
So the existing home has a driveway that's, once you turn on Kenray Drive and you start running the north-south, there's a driveway for Kenray. Did I say that correct? I think I'm saying that correct. The Kenray Drive driveway, the existing home's driveway would be on the easterly setback where there's 2 cars. This would have, it would be 3 per unit. So you'd have a total of 6 on the duplex because you've got 2-car garage, 2-car driveways with a 1-car garage inside. So that would be, and these aren't big units, these are 2 and 3 bedroom, they're relatively small units. So you're not going to have, 4 and 5 cars to a household there. 1 or 2 is probably what you're gonna wind up having. Sorry, so that would be the existing home. It gets its current parking on its own lot. Now, this new lot, this 3-car garage that was on there was really an outbuilding, very rarely used for parking.
Now, you're gonna keep all both structures, the duplex and the single family?
No, unfortunately, either way, the garage has to come down. That was part of the
That's what I
subdivision.
mean.
That was,
But is that gonna be all one structure, or is that gonna be sold off as a separate structure, the duplex?
the duplex will be its own standalone lot. The garage will be torn down. The single family will be sold as a single family residence. I believe that may be under contract. The
So it's gonna
duplex will be built.
2 structures sold. The
It would be,
duplex
yeah,
and
the single family, that's not part of this, the lot that's a separate lot. That would have been parcel A. That lot has 14,000 square feet roughly. It was roughly a 21 or 22,000 square foot total lot. We subdivided and took this almost 8,000 square feet on the portion of Kenray that runs east-west across from the ball field. So that's the standalone lot that has the proposed duplex on it. Now, the single family is sitting on the 14,000 square foot lot. And the way that single family sits, even though I believe the area is 7,500 square foot is required, or 7,000 square feet, I can't remember off the top of my head. I apologize. I can look it up in a moment. You couldn't re-subdividing that lot, that single family lot you'd really have to demolish that house to make it compliant.
work.
Right, exactly. So that's why we have the one single family. It's actually it was recorded. This lot that we have was actually recorded in the way that it sits now, but it had been merged by a previous owner for real estate tax savings. So the minor subdivision was really technically an unmerger of a
So this
previous.
years ago was two lots.
Yeah, years ago, it was actually, as a matter of fact, it was 3 lots. Yes, the current house, the single family on 1 Kenray bought the 3 lots. I don't know if they bought them all at once or if they bought them, multiple at a time, but yeah, there was 3 recorded lots
As
there.
long as the town planner knows that, I believe we're gonna have a hard time with the parking. Especially with the baseball.
Yeah, I don't think that the intent here is to, all of the parking for the subject application can be handled off-street. So I think it's understood that they're providing all of their parking on their private property, and we don't anticipate a conflict with that.
So the duplex will have 3 spots, 2 garage spots, and then 4 in a driveway,
Yeah, we 4 in a drive. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So 2 garage spots, 1 per unit. and
1
then
per
4 in the
unit,
drive.
and
Yep.
2 spaces per unit in the driveway. So
Yes,
6
exactly.
total.
So it'll be
Yes.
total of 3 parking spaces for each unit.
That's
Yeah.
correct. And again, these are not big, these are not big units. These aren't the kind of units where you're gonna have a house with 4 and 5 teenage kids in it. We're all driving. These are in all likelihood, younger couples who are gonna move in here.
Okay, now, the solicitor's okay with the zoning or duplex in this area?
Meets all the dimensional requirements, just needs the special use permit. They need 7,500 square feet, they have 7,900 square feet. They need frontage. They need they got 25. Front setback, and
So they're only here for,
Oh, and also maximum lot coverage is 60%, and they're only proposing 33.
Yeah, that's,
so they're here for lot coverage.
No, they're
No.
only here for allowing a residential use. from the DMC.
yeah, any residential use in the VMC is subject to a special use permit. So we couldn't do anything. And there's a number of commercial uses that are allowed, but given its location, the commercial uses don't. It would make more sense if it was up against Main Street and had adequate off-street parking from Main Street or something like that as a commercial use. This is really more tucked into, what I would consider a neighborhood up against the ball fields there. And I have parked there at peak hours before, and I know what
It's
you mean.
difficult.
Yeah, right.
And we're not even in the baseball season.
But they'll be parking on their own property anyway.
Right.
Right,
Yeah,
it's
so
gonna be
that-
difficult because everybody parks. The people, public unfortunately park right in front of their driveway.
Right. It'll be marked at that stage, so I don't think there would be, ideally, it would
Okay.
be blocked.
All right. All right, as long as the solicitor's okay.
I am, Mr. Chairman, I think.
How about the board? Does the board have any questions? Ron?
I don't have any questions, but I agree with the chairman. I know I managed on those teams.
Yeah.
And sometimes it gets you get a lot of cars out, especially on special games.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the cars will park wherever they can park.
Yeah.
So I don't know, hopefully they won't go into this property to do that.
Yeah. I've been there for AAU games before, and I know exactly what you mean, but
Yeah.
I mean, once there's a driveway there, I don't
Hopefully
think
that'll-
anybody's gonna be, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, and I agree with what you were saying before. If it was on Main Street, it'd be better suited for commercial, but being tucked back there, if you built a building to have a commercial business there, you're not gonna get one customer, especially during baseball season. Well, maybe you'll get a lot. at the
Yeah,
lemonade
Ice
stand
cream shop or something, yeah,
But-
yeah.
But it's, typically it's, the best use would be a
That's
single,
what is
Yeah.
there would be a residential
Residential use.
use, in my opinion. And with the 6 spots, that's pretty adequate.
Uh,
Anybody in the room?
yeah, no, I don't have any further, but once the
I don't
board-
have any other questions.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you to take a seat and
Okay,
see if
thank
there's
you very much.
anybody here that would like to speak on this application.
Yes,
Please come up.
my name's Kyle Phillips at 1280 Main Street, and I'm also speaking on behalf of my neighbors at 1264 Main Street, Adam Riley, and my mom at 1268. So
They'd have to come up.
yep, but whatever, I'm at 1280. So,
Bobby City or something.
Oh, I'm sorry. Raise your right hand.
yep,
Swear to tell the whole truth. nothing
yes, I
but
do.
the truth in front of this board.
Finish the swearing in, and then I need your name for the record.
Full name and address.
Kyle Phillips, 1280 Main Street, Coventry. So, and for one, about the driveway thing, doesn't this border 117?
No,
This, because I was gonna say, they could have a driveway there, but anyway,
not that I know of. Am I correct?
so then they're not required to connect to the town sewers, or are they?
There is no, well.
They are connecting to town sewers.
Right,
They are
so
connected?
then they can't have our lateral connections. We've got a lateral connection from my place, which is connected. And I think the condo is connected, and Adam and my mom have not connected, and I had to fight in 2008 to get my connection and build my house. So they can't just give those connections to someone else, can they?
The sewer, the property when it was subdivided offered an easement. If you look at the map, there's an easement running through the larger lot from Main Street. They're creating their own lateral to the newly subdivided subject property. So they're pulling their sewer from Main Street.
So they're down further, they're not directly across from my private right of way. They are down further across from Victor Martin's driveway. I mean, across from Victor Martin's
Right.
three-car detached garage, which used to be my grandmother's
Chairman, I
house.
think for the benefit of the slide, we have to understand what we're talking about on that.
Right, yeah, I
So you-
can't,
You have to talk into the mic.
well, I can't see the map at the same time.
Can you look at Mr. Phillips and then try to explain on the map with the mic?
Thank
So
you.
Yep.
That'll work.
so that we'll have clear.
So.
For your benefit.
This is only one side of Main Street. I'm on the opposite side on this map.
Correct.
I am on the river side.
This is right by the border.
I don't care what anybody does as long as they're not gonna take those lateral connections.
All right, you gotta come speak to them.
Yep. I don't care what anybody does as long as they're not gonna take those lateral connections if there's one in there, because we went through enough ourselves to get them back in 2008.
Anything else, sir? on this? Is there anything else, sir, that you'd like to bring up?
No, thank you.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman, could you just, again, just so that the record is clear, would you just identify where the sewer is coming for the benefit of the board? And I'm talking to the applicant's attorney,
Yeah.
just so that we satisfy Mr. Phillips. Do you mind doing that?
No, absolutely. So you have one Kenray Drive with the existing single-family home. The the westerly portion has a 25-foot sewer and water access easement. We have will serve letters from the town as well as Kent County Water Authority. The access will be pulled, the laterals will be, a new lateral will be put into the sewer line, and a new curb stop will be put in from Main Street along that westerly lot line in that area. It's 25 feet, so you can keep, I believe it's 25. It may be 20, I apologize, but the idea is 20. The idea was to keep adequate separation. You have to keep at least 10 feet separation from the water sewer. So there's the 20, I'm corrected, foot sewer easement that will run up. And that will also give the option, if in the future it becomes necessary or desirable for the existing single family, they could also tie into that.
All right.
And that's
So
been
this
discussed.
will have, so you're okay with the sewer connection from Main Street?
Yeah, the sewer's not a challenge here.
Also, you're gonna have to have water.
Yeah, they're pulling town water from the same source, I would assume.
Yeah,
It's a sewer and water easement.
It's Kent County Water. They have a large main there. Connection's rather expensive because of the pressure. It has to be reduced down to get into the residential. But they have adequate water there, and we have those will serve letters that were part of our subdivision.
All right, so no
Checklist.
septic system's gonna be put in on this project. It's all gonna be sewer, correct?
That's correct.
All right, I thank you.
Thank you.
I'm gonna refer to the solicitor. So you're okay with all?
I am. I just wanted to clarify the point from Mr. Phillips that it's not going to be pulling a lateral from from the location that Mr. Phillips is concerned with.
Okay,
That's all. Thank you.
all right. Is anybody else like to speak on this application? Let's see if there's anybody online that wants to speak on this application. Nobody online. And the board members, nobody else has any other questions on it?
No.
Okay, since there's no other questions, I'd like to, I don't know if we should have a chance to go over and look at it, or if they want, if the board wants to approve it tonight, or just go over there and take a look at it. How does the board feel on this?
Well, I think with what everybody's saying, I think we could approve it both tonight.
I
Agree.
agree. I feel that we can,
Okay, so you want to make
we
that
can vote
Yeah,
on it.
I'll make a motion that we approve this evening.
Second.
Russ seconded it. Okay, all those in favor say aye.
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 Nays? Ayes have it. Okay, so I'm gonna start off with a roll call vote on this. Again, I'm gonna start with you, Lenny. How do you vote on this?
If you don't mind, pardon, through the chair, I might ask for the motion that you make to approve this application. Again, please reference the staff report and the findings therein, as well as the planning commission recommendation. I think that assists us greatly in being able to create the record. Thank you.
Okay, so that's. Ron,
Can
you
we
want
make
to
it?
make a,
Well, I'll make a motion that this be approved this evening for the applicant, and that the staff report will be included also along with the planning board commission's favorable recommendation.
okay, do I have a second? on it?
Second.
Seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, but I'm gonna do a roll call vote on the application itself. Lenny, how do you vote on this? As presented?
Approve as presented?
Okay, I also approve as presented. Ross,
Approve as presented.
Ron,
Approve as presented.
applications approved as presented. Thank you. Do I have any further business to discuss tonight? None?
Nope, there's a item just calling for general public comment. If you wish to make that call for general public comment on any other items.
General public comment reports for tonight? I see none. All right, so I'm gonna request an adjournment.
Make a motion, we adjourn?
Second.
Motion's made and seconded by Ron. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Nays? Ayes have it. Okay.